All right, this is Jeff Zimmerman with FightNews.com. I'm with one of the hottest young fighters in all of boxing, Sebastian, the Towering Inferno Fundora. How you doing, Sebastian?
Great, happy to be here.
So you got a big fight coming up May 1st against Jorge Cota on the undercard of another Mexican battle with Ruiz-Arreola and Andy Ruiz. How excited are you for that fight?
Oh, very excited. It's a great opportunity to showcase my skill again.
Yeah, so the last time I saw you in the ring, I was actually at the Spence Danny Garcia fight. And the first time I ever seen you live, and at AT&T Stadium, obviously in Arlington, Texas. And the one thing that struck me about you was after the fight, how calm, cool, and collected you are, just like now. Where does that come from?
Just the person I am, I guess. I'm always relaxed. The only time I change it, and it's not that I'm overwhelmed or anything in the ring, but it's in the fight. In the fight, it's a completely different thing. I'm there to do my job and to entertain fans. And if I'm relaxed in the ring, then I'm not doing my job. So everything else I'll be relaxed in, but the fight's a whole different thing.
Yeah, and I would say from seeing you that night, I believe you fought a guy who was undefeated, and you just dominated him from the opening bell. Was that kind of a coming out party for you?
Not really. I just felt like it was another fight like this one. I mean, I plan to do my job again. I plan to win in a spectacular form, but it's just as important as every other fight. I'm just here to do my job.
Yeah, so let's talk about yourself a little bit. You're 6 foot 5.5, 154 pounds. For people that have never seen you fight before, when did you become a boxer? And I would imagine you get a lot of questions that, do you play basketball? How did it all get started?
I started boxing at 8. My father would box, and then my older brother would box. And when my other brother started boxing, I just took on from him. I wanted to box too. I just watching him box, it made me want to do it too because it looked fun and stuff. And I wanted to be better than him, so that's where I grabbed it from. A friendly competition between brothers. And then basketball, I never really played that much basketball. I can't even dribble a ball. I'm like really close to the hoop, but to dunk or anything, I can't even do that. So basketball, definitely not meant for that.
Were you always tall as a kid, or did you have like a late spurt?
I was always tall as a kid, but it didn't get crazy big until I was 14. I was in middle school. Everybody was like 5'5". I was 6 feet. So that's when the big difference started happening.
Right. But like you said, your family and maybe, being a Mexican, did that kind of like your dad kind of follow it and just gravitate towards boxing?
Yeah. It's just a family sport. We've always been in this sport for a long time. So this is practically the only thing I know. Right.
That's awesome. The other thing I noticed too is that you're signed with Sampson Lewkowicz, correct?
Yes.
And for those that don't know, Sampson happened to be the one credited with discovering the great Manny Pacquiao. I know Sampson from years back, working with Richard Steele, promoting fights in Vegas years ago. How did that relationship with Sampson come about?
Well, just my father calling him up, and then he gave us a chance, and then from there on, it flew.
It flew, huh?
Mm-hmm.
And now, you're again, as I mentioned, you're one of the hottest young fighters, 23 years old. There's a lot of young talent, not so much in your weight class, but as you go down, to like 130, 135, do you feel like you're getting overlooked at this stage, or do you feel like you're right where you need to be?
I feel like I'm right where I need to be. I don't think anybody's overlooking me. It's just these fights need to present themselves, and when they do present themselves, so we'll take them, and you'll see what we have, just with every other fight.
Right. And you're fighting a guy in Jorge Cota who's been around, a tough SOB. What is he? 30-4, 27 knockouts. And his losses, Jason Rosario, Erickson Lubin, Jermel Charlo, Marco Antonio Rubio, four of the best fighters over the last, five years in boxing. And then, as I mentioned, 27 knockouts. What challenges does a guy like Cota possess?
Just like every other fighter, I expect him to come in professional, 100%. He has power, as you can see with his record, but that's about it. We train for everything. We train for him to come inside and try to blast us, him to box us, think he can box us, turn southpaw, right-handed, whatever he's gonna come, we'll be prepared for it. Whatever Jorge Cota brings, May 1st, we'll be ready for it.
So we talked about your height. Obviously, no disrespect, you're somewhat of a freak of nature at 154 pounds, at 6'5.5", and you're a southpaw. How difficult, of a challenge is it to fight? In your mind, when you look at yourself, how difficult is it to fight a guy like yourself?
I would never know, but I would imagine it's hard because everybody always tells me it's such an awkward style, or they'll say he's too strong, he's too tall, but all these things work for me. So if anything, I look at it as a gift. I don't see it as a anything freakish or anything. I take advantage of all the gifts God gave me.
Now, when you're trying to get sparring, is there challenges to get sparring?
No, not really. No, we always have work. We always have work.
And you're down in Coachella, correct?
Yes.
Awesome. So I know you're a confident guy. You're looking for big things, and you got a guy by the name of Jermel Charlo sitting at the top with 3 of the belts, hoping to get the next belt against Brian Castano in July. Would you like the winner of that fight?
Definitely. That's where the belts are at. But that I don't get to pick the fights. I never get to pick the fights. So whatever they have next for me, I'll gladly take it. If it's that, then so be it. But those decisions aren't mine. But to fight for the championship, that's a dream come true.
And you feel you're ready for the top of the division or for the championship?
Definitely. I'm ranked number 10 in Ring Magazine. This is my second eliminator for the WBC. Last one was for the WBA. So I think they think I'm ready, and I'm definitely ready. I think so myself. So.
And what gives you that confidence, Sebastian? Again, 23 years old, which is not young anymore. You're seeing what Teofimo Lopez has done. You got, Ryan Garcia, Tank Davis, Devin Haney. You got all these young guys coming over, taking over the sport. But where does that confidence come from, inside you?
Just my work. I'm confident in my work. Like we said, it's not just Jorge Cota we'll be prepared for. It'll be any fighter we're fighting. It's just we're prepared to do our job always, our job, and that's to win. The next generation is coming in, and I'm part of it.
And you don't feel like you'll be avoided in any way?
We'll see. But right now, we only see the top 10. We only see them. We see the championships. That's all we have in our mind. And if they avoid us, well, they can't. We're going to make it that they can't avoid us.
And if you don't get the Charlo-Castano winner, is there someone out there that you would like to go against? Obviously, Lubin got a fight coming up. I forget, is it with
Rosario?
With who?
Rosario.
Rosario, and you got Jared Hurd out there. Would you like to face one of those guys?
No, whoever they give me, whatever opportunity shows, I will take it.
Awesome. What should we expect on May 1st against Jorge Cota?
I expect the war. I expect that fight to be the fight of the night, just steal the whole show.
And do you predict a knockout, or do you even predict knockouts?
I don't predict knockouts; they just come. So, but expect excitement. That's what I expect.
Great. And we'll wrap it up here. I'm here with Sebastian Fundora, one of the hottest fighters in all of boxing, 16-0, 1 draw, 11 knockouts. And before we end it, what happened in the fight that you got a draw?
It was a learning experience. I still think I won. Of course, I thought I won. But, we learning experience. We learned from it. I'm definitely felt like I learned from that. And with these fights, they show.
And has anyone been able to get inside of you? Again, you got an 80-inch reach, you got the height to your advantage, and you use it to your advantage. But I also noticed in the last fight, you don't mind fighting inside either. You're kind of, you got all these different ways you can go about it. Talk about that.
Everybody's trying to come inside, fight me on the inside, and that's fine. But can you get out? Can you get out? Can you survive the fight on the inside? I'm pretty confident in my inside game. With the last couple of fights when we fought Gallimore, we fought him all on the inside, and that's a power puncher right there too. So if Cota thinks he's gonna come inside and do damage on the inside, we're ready for it. Like I said, we're ready for that. We're ready for the outside. We plan and we practice all these things. We dot our I's, we cross our T's. We prepared for everything.
And again, we'll wrap up here. Let me ask, what did you think, or did you see the Triller event this past Saturday? And if so, what did you think?
I didn't watch the event, but I did see a highlight of the Paul kid. Hey, he did his thing. This is his third fight. He knocked this guy out too. If it brings fans to boxing, why not? So
you don't have any problem with it. Some people calling it a circus, but you, as someone who's a young guy, up and coming, obviously got Teofimo coming on that show here soon, but no issues there.
They can call it a circus all they want, but circus entertain people, and it's business. It's a show business, and that's part of the game. Maybe they might do it too much to a point where it looks like WWE, but it still sells, and he's doing it. And if it brings more boxing fans in, the average person, gamers, or whatever he attracts, why not? Why not?
Great. And last question for you, Sebastian. Or not even a question really, but any shout outs to your fans, to the public, anything they should know about you that maybe they don't know? You get the floor.
Just, I guess, follow me on Instagram at Seb Fundora, and just to be ready on May 1st. May 1st, grab your beers, grab your food, whatever you're doing, grill your meats, and get ready for a spectacular card.
Sounds like a fiesta.
Yeah.
Once again, Jeff Zimmerman with FightNews.com. Sebastian, the Towering Inferno Fundora, got a big fight May 1st in California against Jorge Cota. 30-4, 27 knockouts. Sebastian, you're undefeated. Should be a hell of a fight. I wish you all the best in that fight and going forward, and hope to talk to you again soon.
Of course. Can't wait to do it.
All right. Take care and good luck.
All right, bye.